Centerton, Arkansas might be the most confusing city in Northwest Arkansas right now. Some people think it's just overflow of Bentonville. Others think it's the future of affordable living in NWA. But here's the truth. In the next 10 minutes or less, I'm going to show you exactly what Centerton used to be, what it is today, and what it's headed to being in the future. That way you can decide after this video if Centerton, Arkansas is right for you. My friend, if we haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Anthony Mosley. I'm a real estate broker here in Northwest Arkansas, and I help people just like you after presenting the facts. Is Northwest Arkansas and is Centerton today going to be the best place for you and your family to live or not? Let's first talk about where Centerton is located. Here we are here in the central part of the United States in the northwest corner of the natural state of Arkansas, located directly in the center of Benton County. Maybe you've heard of Bentonville, which is the home office of Walmart. Centerton is just west of Bentonville along Highway 102, 20 minutes to Rogers Retail Corridor and part of the Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, Bentonville Metro, lovingly known as NWA. Something you might find interesting is that Benton County grew from around 284,000 people according to the 2020 U.S. Census to 330,000 people as of the 2025 Census. Northwest Arkansas is one of the fastest growing regions in the United States. Centerton started as where people live to get to Bentonville. Now it's becoming a place where people choose on purpose. Let's go ahead and rewind the clock all the way back to 1914, where Centerton was originally known as Center Point, but there was another city in Arkansas known as Center Point, so we could call it Center Point. That's why they're calling it Centertown, Centerton, Arkansas. And it was built around natural springs, specifically McKissick Springs. The local economy back then was agricultural, orchards, and a railroad stop. Population shift. This one's kind of shocking. Centerton specifically is the epitome of a boom town. As of 1990, there were around 491 people. 1990, that doesn't seem that long ago. Then in 2020, Centerton blew up to 17,800 people. As of 2024-2025, according to our friends at World Population Review, Centerton, Arkansas is just over 25 to 26,000 people and growing. For almost 80 years, Centerton barely changed, and then everything happened seemingly all at once. Let's talk about Centerton's population and growth. It's estimated that by the end of 2026, Centerton will have grown to nearly 29,000 people. That's a 61% growth since 2020. Recently in the news, Centerton was named the fastest growing city in all of Arkansas. And according to multiple sources online, Centerton was one of the top 10 fastest growing U.S. cities with a population of over 20,000. Let's dig into this a little bit further. Centerton has added nearly 7,000 people in just the last few years. Certainly, that's going to have an effect on infrastructure, schools, housing, and we're going to get into that here in a couple minutes. What is driving this growth is affordable housing versus Bentonville. Bentonville, if you didn't know, is one of the most expensive places to live, not just here in Northwest Arkansas, but in the entire state. There's new construction housing supply, which we'll get to here in a little bit. Migration trends to the south, post-COVID. Many people are leaving California, Texas, Florida, Colorado, New York, all over the United States, and they're finding affordable housing in Centerton. My friend, this isn't just growth. This is transformation in real time. Next section is my favorite section to talk about, which is real estate. As you can imagine, Centerton is dominated by new construction. If you're a nerd like me and want to know the numbers, actually 67% of the active homes on the market right now as the shooting of this video in Centerton, Arkansas, 67% of the available homes for sale are new construction. Their subdivision expansion is being built to absorb Bentonville's overflow demand. Many people that move here to have a vendor job to Walmart, or maybe they're working for Walmart or Sam's Club as an example. Many people choose to live in Centerton and then commute to Bentonville every day. Which brings up another point about infrastructure and roads, which we'll get to here in a couple moments. Entry-level homes in Centerton you can find between $275,000 and $325,000. Maybe a move-up buyer might see a home between $350,000 and $500. In regards to luxury living in Centerton, Arkansas, there's really only 3 or 4 subdivisions that I would classify as luxury living, and those are namely Oak Tree, West End, and Versailles. And if you can look kind of on the map here, you can see that Bentonville kind of jaunts in, Stonebriar subdivision and Tallamore subdivision, but those technically have a Bentonville address. Speaking to the numbers again, of the 237 active homes that are for sale in Centerton right now, 62% of them are less than $500,000. Some of the pros here is there's more house for the money versus Bentonville. Newer homes equal lower maintenance. Centerton is an easier entry point for relocation buyers. Some of the cons, though, however, in regards to real estate is there are cookie-cutter type neighborhoods, smaller lots and many subdivision, HOA-heavy areas. If you're a person that doesn't like HOAs and you're looking to move to Northwest Arkansas, please understand that all of Bella Vista is a property owners association, and there are HOAs all over Northwest Arkansas. Finding a home not in an HOA is a bit more of a challenge than finding one in an HOA. Because Centerton has grown so rapidly since the year 2000, there aren't a lot of older homes with character. We have a lot of new homes that have the same 4 or 3 bedroom, 2 or 3 bath, 2 or 3 car garage that kind of look the same as you're going along. If you ask me, Centerton exists because Bentonville housing got too expensive in the early 2000s. But then again, that's exactly why it keeps growing. The next thing you need to know about Centerton is it is served by Bentonville School System. Bentonville Schools, according to niche.com, is the #1 school district in all of Arkansas as of their latest ranking. Along with lower cost of living and best schools, this is a huge factor for those relocating to the area. As we're talking about growth, and I said earlier about transformation in real time, understand that Bentonville School District opened a brand new campus in Centerton. Bentonville West High School opened in 2016 and has already expanded since. When schools expand that quickly, that tells you how quickly a region or a town is growing. Next, let's visit commercial development and infrastructure. With that much growth, there's high-tension power lines that in the early 2000s, we saw high-tension power lines come along Highway 102. There's a big need for road widening, road expansion, fixing roads, bringing water supply to the area, getting water sewage out of the area. In regards to grocery, there's really only 2 places to get groceries in Centerton, and that's the neighborhood Walmart is one. If you're not familiar with what a neighborhood Walmart is, that's just grocery, not a super center that has oil changes and home goods and all that. It's just grocery. Maybe some pharmacy mixed in there as well. And also there's a Harps food store there in the center of town. There are local restaurants. There's been a couple new sushi restaurants started, a few fast food places, a couple family owned and operated restaurants and local services. Basic retail and daily needs, you can find it there. In regards to commercial, what is missing in Centerton? And what's missing is major retail hubs, a walkable, rollable, strollable type of downtown, an entertainment district. There's no upscale dining or nightlife. And many people that live in Centerton and the area say that's okay, but I have to say, that's not how it's going to stay forever. Growth has outpaced infrastructure. Highway 102, we were talking about that earlier, is one of the biggest complaints as far as people that live in Centerton and commute into Bentonville on a daily basis. And it's not just Centerton, there is regional strain all across Northwest Arkansas with so much growth and development. So in regards to infrastructure, Centerton has everything you need, but not everything you want. Not yet, anyway.
Add this to the video.
Hey, here's special guest here, Jessica Mosley. Tell us about Centerton, Arkansas. Sorry, folks, you missed her. Now that we've talked about where Centerton is, where it's been, where it's currently at right now, let's talk about where Centerton is going and growing. Have you ever heard the saying, you can't stop a train? Well, that's kind of like Centerton, Arkansas's growth. The entire region of Northwest Arkansas is anticipated to grow to 1 million people by the year 2050. Centerton, Arkansas is part of Northwest Arkansas region. It's going to continue to grow. There's still quite a bit of farmland and open fields in Centerton, Arkansas. Many people don't want it to grow, but there's also many people that are saying, hey, we need some more amenities in downtown. There is a proposed $26 million community center with pool, sports courts, fitness center. It's my understanding that there's going to be a Walmart super center right behind the now 24-hour McDonald's in Centerton. Just something else that's been proposed is a 400-acre downtown. If you drive through Centerton right now, there's kind of a commercial area kind of east and west on 102, but not really north on Main Street where the City Hall is located. There's been proposed a new downtown area called Newtown, a 400-acre district going to include an urban center for retail dining and probably higher density housing. This is a newer development and not something that you'll see in the works if you're coming to Centerton right now, but something to anticipate that might be coming in the future. Some quick facts and little note stats you might want to know about Centerton, Arkansas is as of the 1900 Paris World's Fair, Centerton, Arkansas was known as the apple capital of the world. Centerton has its own state fish hatchery, and according to some of my clients that live over in Centerton, right over on the west side, there's actually bald eagles nesting in trees not too far from their house in Centerton. Here are my expert predictions when it comes to Centerton, Arkansas. It's going to continue to grow. It's going to transition from a bedroom community into what potentially could very well be a destination location. Maybe not as big as Bentonville, being the mountain biking capital of the world, but it might have its own draw to it someday. Westward expansion is going to continue aggressively. Infrastructure needs to improve. That should go without saying as you're watching this video going, holy cow, it's grown that much in the last 20, 25 years. Yes. But infrastructure always lags when it comes to funding and approvals. I do believe that the price gap between Bentonville and Centerton will continue to narrow over time as Bentonville and Centerton continue to bleed together. To me, Centerton feels like Bentonville did maybe 10 to 15 years ago, and that's either exciting or frustrating, depending on what you're looking for. It's always a pleasure to put this information together for you, and now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville and Centerton. Thanks for watching.